The next concealed carry pistol came fully optic ready right out of the box. In 2026, the game has changed. No upgrades needed. From ultra compact powerhouses to duty grade performers, these 10 handguns are redefining everyday carry. Stay till the end, because the #1 pick might completely change what you trust your life with. Number 10, Taurus TX9. $499. Most people dismiss Taurus without ever running one, and that is a mistake they make exactly once. The TX9 comes with a modular chassis that lets you reconfigure from subcompact to full size without buying a second gun. It runs a 4-inch barrel, weighs 24.4 ounces unloaded, carries 15 rounds of 9mm, and features a trigger that breaks at a consistent 5.5 pounds with a short tactile reset. The optic cut accepts direct mount footprints for the hollow Sun 407K and Shield RMSC. The ambidextrous controls make it accessible for both left and right-handed shooters, which is a detail many manufacturers still overlook at this price point. For $499, this is not a budget compromise. It is a serious, well-engineered platform that deserves far more respect than it receives. Number 9, FN 509 MRD, $549. FN built the 509 MRD to prove that striker-fired shooters were leaving performance on the table. It is a single-action only hammer-fired pistol, meaning every trigger pull is identical and consistent, short, and clean at around 4.5 pounds. The slide features a direct mount optic interface compatible with the Delta Point Pro and Shield RMS footprints, with no adapter plate required. With a 16+1 capacity and cold hammer-forged barrel, this gun redefines what hammer-fired EDC should look like. The muzzle-forward weight balance also plays a role in reducing felt recoil, keeping follow-up shots faster and more controlled than most shooters expect from a hammer-fired carry platform at this price range. Number 8, H&K CC9, $799. This is the first time H&K engineered a pistol explicitly for the American concealed carry market from a clean sheet. It is not a trimmed-down service pistol. It was built around specific ergonomic and ballistic requirements. The grip texture grips without slipping and does not shred your concealment shirt. At 3.66 inches of barrel length and only 20.5 ounces unloaded, it disappears under a cover garment. The optic cut is direct mount for the Shield RMSC and Holosun 407K. H&K also studied real-world reholstering behavior and sweat conditions during the design process, which is why the ergonomics feel immediately natural rather than something you need to adapt to over hundreds of rounds at the range. At $799, you are paying for 70 years of manufacturing discipline. Number 7, Springfield Echelon 4.0 FC. The FC designation stands for full-size grip, compact slide. And it is not a compromise. The extended grip gives you a full firing grip without the printing that a full-size slide would cause. Springfield's variable interface system lets you choose which optic footprint to configure directly into the slide, supporting the Delta Point Pro, RMSC, and Trijikan RMR without any adapter plate. The low bore axis keeps the barrel close to your hand, which translates into measurably less muzzle flip and faster target reacquisition. The compensated variant takes that recoil advantage even further, stacking factory comp performance on top of an already flat shooting platform and giving everyday carriers a meaningful edge in rapid follow-up shot accuracy without adding bulk to the overall package. Number 6, S&W and P2.0. Carry comp a factory compensator on a carry gun working this well should not be possible. But here it is. Smith & Wesson integrated the comp through the slide and into the muzzle device as a single assembly, which eliminates the failure points of an add-on compensator while keeping the holster profile nearly unchanged. The 10mm variant is what truly sets this platform apart and changes the capability conversation for a carry gun entirely. Unlike aftermarket comp setups, the factory integration also means your entire system is covered under a single warranty, so you are never in a gray area if something goes wrong. It also won Best in Class for Aesthetics at SHOT Show 2026, and a gun you want to look at is a gun you actually carry every single day. This list was controversial. The next one is going to be even worse. Subscribe now, because we're breaking down the guns that look good, but fail when it actually matters. Number 5. Glock Gen 6. Since 1982, more law enforcement agencies in more countries have standardized on Glock than any other handgun manufacturer. That is 4 decades of institutional trust. Gen 6 finally addresses the long-standing grip angle complaint by redesigning the geometry to be narrower at the top, slightly more vertical, and differently textured across the front strap. The MOS modular optic system is now standard across the entire Gen 6 lineup, and the trigger reset is 0.1 inches shorter than Gen 5, a detail that most reviews completely missed. Beyond the hardware improvements, the aftermarket depth that Glock commands is unmatched by any other platform on this list. If you need a part, a holster, a trigger, or a grip modification, the Glock ecosystem has it available immediately and at every price point imaginable. Number 4. Wilson Combat P365, $1,400. Wilson Combat took the SIG P365 and addressed every gap that serious shooters already knew existed. The grip module is Wilson's own, refined by the same hands that build $3,000 1911s. The RMRCC optic cut is machined for direct mount of the Trijicon RMRCC. The Radian afterburner barrel pairs with the ramjet compensator, and the entire system is tuned as a unit, not assembled from separate parts. At only 17.8 ounces unloaded, it delivers custom level execution in a package that runs standard P365 holsters. What Wilson Combat brings to this build is decades of understanding how tolerances, fit, and finish translate into real-world reliability under stress. This is not a stock pistol with cosmetic upgrades. It is a purpose-built carry system that reflects serious thought at every single component level. At $1,400, you are done compromising. Number 3. Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp, $849. This was the most overlooked release at SHOT Show 2026. Most people saw a budget comp pistol and moved on, and that was their mistake. The factory compensator is muzzle ported and test validated, delivering real recoil reduction exactly where micro compacts struggle most. A 3.7-inch barrel, 7.1-inch overall length, and 21.5 ounces unloaded keep it genuinely carryable. The 15+1 capacity, tritium front sight, and direct mount shield RMSC optic cut round out a platform that punches well above its price class. Springfield also paired the comp with a sight system specifically designed for low light defensive use, which is a detail that budget competitors frequently ignore entirely. The result is a carry gun that is ready for real world conditions straight out of the box without requiring any additional investment at $849. Number 2. Shadow System CR920XP, $999. Before this gun existed, every compensated micro compact had the same problem. The comp was added later, and it showed. Shadow Systems solve that by engineering the barrel, issue a compensator, and slide together as a complete system from the start. The result is a linear, predictable recoil impulse that most micro compacts simply cannot deliver. It sits on a Glock 43X compatible footprint, giving you one of the largest aftermarket ecosystems available. The slide supports RMSC, RMRCC, and Holosun 507K footprints, and the trigger breaks at 4.5 pounds with a reset that feels closer to competition grade than a carry gun. Shadow Systems also paid careful attention to the grip texture and overall ergonomics, ensuring that the gun performs as well in sweaty or wet conditions as it does on a clean range. At $999, this is one of the most complete carry systems built in 2026. Number 1. Staccato HDC 4X. Every other gun on this list solved part of the concealed carry puzzle. This one solved all of it. The Staccato HDC 4X was designed by and for real operators who demanded a platform that fixed everything missing from traditional carry guns. The integral compensator is machined directly into the slide assembly. Not attached, not added, machined in. The HD optic system mounts a red dot directly to the pistol with no adapter plates and no movement. It runs 15+1 rounds on widely available Glock pattern magazines, and the trigger breaks cleanly at 4.25 pounds. At 26.2 ounces, it is heavier than most micro compacts, but every ounce exists for structural strength and recoil control. What truly separates the HDC4X from everything else on this list is that it was not designed around marketing checkboxes. It was designed around the real demands of professionals who carry every day and cannot afford for their equipment to fail them under pressure. This is not the smallest gun on the list, nor the cheapest, but it is the undisputed benchmark of 2026, so that's the list. The best concealed carry pistols of 2026, where optic ready isn't a feature feature anymore. It's the standard. From budget-friendly workhorses to fully engineered duty-grade systems, the gap has never been clearer. Some of these guns are built for value, some are built for performance, and one of them built to set the benchmark. Now it's your turn. Which one are you trusting your life with? And which pick did we get completely wrong? Drop it in the comments. I'm going through all of them. If you want real-world breakdowns, no hype, no fluff, hit subscribe, because next up, we're exposing the most overrated carry guns of 2026, and yeah, that list is going to start a war.